there is, there lies your religion of peace, right? That young man, that is the next day, after 17-year-old Daniel Stringer left his home to go and get some sweets, right? That was his crime, walking down a British and English street, minding his own business to get some sweets. And that is how he ends up. Now, that is outrageous. Now, if that was a Muslim 17-year-old lad, I tell you now, I reckon the streets of Manchester would be burning. Right? Because there is your religion of peace. That would not be tolerated. And the politicians would be queuing up, fighting each other to stand to the forefront to make press releases condemning this vile, racist attack. Well, where are you? Where are all the politicians? Nowhere. Because I tell you why, if you're the same colour as him, non-Muslim, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You mean nothing, because there's no backlash from the non-Muslim community, because we're just quiet, no one complains, no one kicks off. Fair play to them lads that went and done what they done the other day, because if the politicians and the police hierarchy, not the boys and girls on the ground, because the boys and girls on the ground do a fantastic job and we support them fully, but the police hierarchy, they're just puppets, they're politicians themselves, and they do number 10's bidding. But if they and the politicians are not going to protect our children and our women from being raped, drugged, pimped, and made to look like this when they go out of the house to get some sweets, then we'll have to protect them. We will have to do it. We will have to take to the streets. Sorry about that. We will have to take to the streets. So no one is condemning adult men and women from coming out of their homes to kick off about their children ending up looking like this. No way. So the politicians, the police hierarchy, yellow cowards, all of them, pandering to Islam. They are aiding and abetting and facilitating the Islamification of this great country. We are a Christian country, end of story. These are Christian lands. But we are tolerant, as we say, we tolerate all faiths, religions and colours, creeds, it does not matter. But we're only so tolerant until you start doing this to our children and raping them and pimping them. And then you will feel the backlash, because if you're not going to protect them, you leave us no choice. Now this is absolutely outrageous and it's got to stop. And the people here today, by coming out and voicing our concerns, letting people know, the trouble in the streets the other night, well, I'm not going to condemn it. I don't think anybody here will condemn it. I think they got off lightly, to be honest. But this sort of thing has to stop, you know. I mean, we've got Chris Donald in Scotland. I mean, what they did to him, it was God bless Stephen Lawrence, it was tragic and it was horrific, and they were monsters that did it, and they got what they deserved. They should have been shot. But we've got Chris Donald, it was 1,000 Stephen Lawrences, but the newspapers are not reporting it. It's all being swept under the carpet. No one's talking about it. The media, the politicians, no one's bringing it to the forefront. Now this is a double standards. This is what we're talking about. Policing double standards, political double standards. It's got to stop. So all the media, you have to start reporting this for what it is. Racist attack and racist crime against non-Muslim, against white British citizens. Right, as I said, we are Christian lands, and we are tolerant, but there's two things that won't mix, no matter how much you shake them up. And that's Christianity and Islam. As far as I can see, it's not working. It's being forced on us, and it's not working. Because I don't want it. Do you want it? No, we don't. We do not want it. If you want to be Muslim and practice Islam, well, do it behind your own doors and be quiet about it. Don't be forcing it down the British public's neck and attacking us for not believing what you believe. We have our Christian laws and Christian ways and Christian faiths, and we tolerate every other religion, I say. But Christianity and Islam are like oil and water. You can put them in the same bowl or pot, whatever, and you can shake them up for 12 months. The second you stop, they'll start separating naturally, because oil and water do not mix. Christianity humanity, we have democracy. It's worth fighting for, it's worth dying for. All our troops, God bless them all, around Afghanistan. They're fighting and dying for in the killing fields of Helmand Province, Afghanistan, Iraq. The politicians, it's not their sons and daughters. Right, it's not their children that are being sent to their death to fight for democracy and protect the home. Yeah, it's ours, it's yours, it's my sons and daughters, your sons and daughters. Now, this Islamification thing is absolutely ridiculous. They're force-feeding it down the neck. We don't want it. It's not working. It's blatantly obvious. 3 or 4% of the population. Look at the anarchy that's going on across the country already. Look at the anarchy that's happening. When they get to 10%, it'll be too late. So we don't want this Islamification. We don't want Islam. Islam is a theocracy. They dictate. It's believe and do as we do or die. Whereas we have a democracy which is live and let live, freedom of speech. You can't be that. That's the perfect way. Everybody else gets on. You throw Islam into the works and it's a spanner. It all goes wrong. Now they're actively campaigning for Sharia law, which is anti-democracy. Why are our politicians facilitating them, listening to them, giving them the voice box to get off their Sharia law screens? Why is this happening? Why are the government not stamping down on all these Islamists? Why are they not stopping it? Because they're spineless and they're corrupt and the petrol dollar has bought them all and they've sold us out as a people, as a nation. Sold us all out. We say it time and time again. We've all been betrayed. Our boys and girls are over there dying in Afghanistan. In the most arduous of conditions that you can imagine, right? British Armed Forces are laying down their lives while our politicians are lining their pockets for feathering their own nests with their expense claims. And then they're standing there preaching to us how we should be living, how we should be behaving. Get a grip! There's nobody in the House of Westminster that can lie straight in bed. They're all corrupt! Now, this being said, you know, these are serious issues and we address them time and time again, but all we can do is keep voicing our concerns, keep shouting it from the rooftops. That's all we can do. But we do reiterate what we say. You know, we've had enough, but the main thing is, we're not racist, we're not violent, we're just no longer silent. And that's all we have to play by. They can't ban us, they can't stop us. Because we're not racist, no matter what they say. We're not violent. We're just no longer at it, so we're no longer silent. Right? So God bless you all. I just want to put a couple of big shouts out. God bless all the stewards here because they've done a fantastic job. They really have. Very, very difficult job. It's been well organised. Big shout out to all the organisers for today. It's a very, very stressful task, I can tell you. And also, it's unbelievable numbers from the North East, the North West, the Midlands, the South. You know, I'm standing here now looking out across your heads and it's quite overwhelming. It really is. You know, fair play, Jay. It's a massive effort, I know it is. But it has to be done. And when this documentary comes out Monday, I think it's going to rock the foundations of this country a little bit. And to all the lefties and the media that have been portraying it as racist, I think that's just about to be kicked into touch. And I think this is going to springboard us into the stratosphere as far as the movement goes. So, all you loyal patriots, because that's what you are, incredibly loyal, you know, people may call you names and insult you now, but one day they'll be eating their words. They'll be saying, look at those brave patriots. And that's a fact. Right, so, God bless everybody. Big shout out to our police, Greater Manchester Police. I did see a sign on one of the police vans that said fighting crime and protecting the people. You know, God bless you. God bless you. It says protecting the people. I just want to see more protection for the kids, especially young Daniel Stringer. And other kids being raped and picked. Let's just see if they get their fingers out on that one, the hierarchy of the police. And just a massive shout out to all our armed forces, British Armed Forces. They're out there now. It's like lose their limbs, lose their strength, you know, they are the finest, most disciplined, best trained armed forces in the world, as we know. And they deserve maximum respect. So because of that, let's honour them today, folks. Let's have no trouble. Everybody go back to your coaches, back to your cars, make your way home, respect what the police say, we don't want to give them any excuse to ban us, and we will see you in Luton Town on May the 5th. And I'm telling you, that's going to be a big one, because we're going to make it so. God bless you all.